Hare Krishna. Welcome to Radio Mayapur. Today is 27th of May. It was very hot in Mayapur, but yesterday and today we have fortune to get some nice rain and storm, and it cooled down so much. So today I feel very fortunate to meet and introduce to you Mr. T.K.V. Rajan, who is my friend, who I've known from 1985 onward, when I was a temple president in Chennai. At the time we were in Kilpak Garden Road, I believe, and then we moved to Tinagar. And Mr. Rajan is actually an Indian science monitor for this archaeology department. So he does a lot of study on archaeology, which is connected with Krishna, is connected with the Dharma, is connected. He has printed many beautiful books, which I'm going to show you around now. Welcome, Mr. Rajan.
Thank you very much.
One is called Kanchi to Cambodia. Another is called Kashmir, the crown of India. Another one is called In Search of Lord Krishna.
That is archaeological journey.
Archaeological journey. And this is a very interesting one. Why should we die? And of course, the Indian Science Monitor, he has the annual report of what's going on. So he's a very interesting person because he's an archaeologist, and also because he's interested to show to people about this ancient culture, ancient Vedic culture, which is present all over the world. So, Mr. Raja, I ask everybody before we start, and I welcome you, and thank you for being here. You will be for 1 month here in Mayapur. And I ask you just to give us a little background of your childhood, when you grew up, in which family. I don't know much about that. I know you're my friend, but please tell us.
40 years we have been searching for Lord Krishna's footprints in India, and we are successful to some extent. When you finish the whole interview, somebody may ask this question, that why it's very slow in India to know more about Krishna. So whatever the past 25 years I've been working on archaeology of Krishna, along with Kashmir archaeology and Sangamate sites in Tamil Nadu, whatever may be. But what is fascinating me on Krishna's is something very interesting. I mean, some 40 years, 1980, when I was in Chennai, I used to pedal my cycle to visit, to come to the Mangalarati, T45.
Yes.
My God, that was wonderful days I spent with you. And, I did a first article in about Krishna consciousness in Ananda Vigadan, very famous weekly magazine in 1984 or 85.
Yes.
I don't have that copy. That was the first one to talk about what exactly the Krishna consciousness. Even now, as an archaeologist, I don't think I can excel in knowing the spiritual aspect of Krishna, but I'm really fascinated to tell you that glorious days of Lord Krishna and his time based on archaeology. Well, I did my graduation from Loyola College in Chennai. I interacted with the Father James. I learned Christianity also.
Nice.
When I was in graduation, I used to print one sloka from Bhagavad Gita, Yomam Pashyati, he who knows me everywhere, sees everything. I used to give it to the Jesuit fathers. They are very happy to receive that. So there's a lot of cordial, interactive religious segment I enjoyed in Loyola College in those days, which we are missing. That's not the point now. Right. Yes. And then I did my MA archaeology, postgraduate archaeology. Then I did my research in Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. My professor was Romila Thapa, well-known historian. So that way, after that, I took a lot of interest in Krishna research. Then I was in Vrindavan for 4 times. I visited Braj Bhumis. I visited more than 100 sites associated with Krishna, especially Sonk and other places. I visited Dwaraka. And now I settled in a sense of happiness that, more than doing research on Krishna, praying him is much more pleasure, but still that's my karma of searching for the footprints of Krishna. So you can shoot any questions regarding
what inspired you as a child? Let's say I was inspired by a motorcycle to become a mechanic. But what inspired you to become an archaeologist?
Well, obviously, because our tradition is we are a very traditional Brahmin community. So, and also my parents are very keen to take me to the temples very often, and we visited all the temples. My mother took me to when I was 7 or 8. Still, I remember she took me to the Ten Commandments movie in Chennai. She was the only lady with the 9 yards traditional Brahmin woman to take me there. I asked her why. She said, "Know everything."
It's good. Knowledge is power.
Yeah, and not only that, Hinduism is a religion which loves to interact with all the religions.
Sure.
So that way I was grown up. And
so it means you had an open mind
sure,
to accommodate everybody and everything. Nice. Yeah. That is the Sanatan Dharma.
In 2017, when I was in the US, I had one interactive session, PowerPoint presentation at the the Ramakrishna Vedanta Center in Irvine, Texas. The topic was Christ and Krishna, archaeological journey. Generally, they used to get only 30 or 40 people on Sunday. Mainly, they used to come for the prasadam. That day, they came 125 people because the topic is so interesting. Most of the Hindus, they want to know more about Christ.
Of course.
So that way, I love all these religions, and I found that religion is playing a key role in molding the civilization. So I like to know more about Krishna, mainly because Krishna is a personality who had an impact on religion, philosophy, fine arts, architecture, music. And his name is so much spread Southeast Asia from Cambodia.
So yes.
So I want to know, who is this guy? Wow, how he has become so popular and everybody prays for him. Today I'm seeing it in a temple, ISKCON temple. People are crying. When they enter, they cry for Krishna. My God, why? What makes you so powerful? So, not on the spiritual side, I want to know the historical side.
Nice.
How he became popular during the time. So it's very interesting. My book, In Search of Krishna, is about archaeological journey. Probably is running 4th, 5th, 30s. That's not an issue. Still, I think I have to go further research on that one. So, Prabhu, thank you very much for
That's beautiful, beautiful things. Now, the thing also I wanted to ask you, as an author in Search of Krishna and Archaeological Journey, what was the primary objective in writing these books?
Okay. Both Ramayana and Mahabharata, they're all what you call the eyes of Hinduism. Okay, everybody knows about it. It has been chanted for more than 2,000 years. Especially Mahabharata, I consider it's a cultural DNA, we call it.
Correct.
It's a cultural DNA. It gives some sort of guidance to everybody. I mean, everyone who's ever going to read it, they'll be benefited out of it. It's called the wisdom of Mahabharata. And, as I told you, no other personality other than Lord Krishna has had such an impact on so many things. So that way I take a lot of interest in studying Mahabharata. And, more than 200 archaeological sites have been discovered in India.
How many?
200 sites. The same names as mentioned in the epic. Example, I tell you one thing. During the time, the eve of Kurukshetra war, Balarama didn't want to participate in the war. He said, I want to be neutral. I want to go for the pilgrimage on the side of the banks of the Saraswati river.
Correct.
So Mahabharata gives all the details meticulously about the places where he visited. Still, we are able to trace those names.
Yes.
Dr. Kalyanaraman in Chennai is able to bring out a map showing where exactly
Balaram went all the way
Today
up.
We can do that.
Yes.
So the tradition persists continuously. There is one more interesting thing is that, there is a book written by Philology and Criticism. Prabhu, I think everybody should read this book.
Mm-hmm.
A Guide to Mahabharata Textual Criticism by Joydeep Bakshi and Vishwa Halduri, one from America and from Germany. They have written a book. I met them in America. They gave the book to me. They proved that all the 2,000 years, the story of Mahabharata was intact. It was never changed. Probably this was added. Ramayana was added in Mahabharata. Nala Damayanti story was added. But in Ramayana, The core story has been changed so many places, but not Mahabharata.
Not Mahabharata.
So there's one German professor claimed that Mahabharata was rewritten by the Brahmins in 4th century AD for their own convenience. So this book disproved that. So what happened now, in Bhandarkar Research Institute in Pune, they wanted to compile a compendium on Mahabharata. There are some more than 200 recensions of Mahabharata in India. Malayalam edition, Hindi edition, Sindhi edition, Bengali edition, and Kashmir edition. They collected all of them and spent 40 years, and they brought out the critical edition of Mahabharata, which is available in Amazon now. Anybody can buy that one.
Nice.
There also they said the core story has not changed. How? Absolutely. 2000 years, the same core story has been percolated to the families and families and families. Now we are able to identify more than 200 sites associated with Mahabharata, and the excavated site at Dwaraka, Hastinapur. All these things just gave a lot of confidence for me to write this book. This is exactly the idea of writing this book.
That's wonderful. And so, how do you date the Mahabharata epic and the era of Lord Krishna? Because according to our Shastra, it says it's more than 5,000 years ago, according to that. Is it correct?
Yeah. Okay. Whenever I give some lectures, they ask me one question: what is the date of Ramayana? Very difficult to date Ramayana because it took place in Treta Yuga, some 18 lakhs years ago. Yeah. Right? Very difficult. Anthropologists don't accept that. But the date of Adam's Bridge, Ramar Setu, according to NASA, 18 lakhs years ago.
That's correct.
But now NASA has withdrew that thing intelligently because a lot of hue and cry in India.
Yeah.
So otherwise, it's very difficult to date Ramayana, I think. But luckily, we can date Mahabharata, as you said rightly, because it took place exactly when the Kali Yuga starts. What is the proof? Now we have a proof in there are some out of 18 Puranas, 7 Puranas very clearly said Lord Krishna, especially Vishnu Purana. He said Lord Krishna, having completed his deed, Leela, left the world with the same, to the body, form in his own abode, exactly after 36 years of starting of Kali Yuga. So we know the date of Kali Yuga by checking up any almanac in India. That comes to 5,100, 5,040 years this way.
Yes.
So we have to, if you minus that one, we know the date of Krishna. So exactly we know that. And the second also, there is there's a inscription by written, I've already called that, Narahari Hacha. In Ramayana, there are more than 140 references about astronomical date. Say, for example, Krishna wanted to visit Indraprastha, what Tidhi and what Nakshatra, what star, what day, everything was mentioned in that.
So these are astronomical calculation, which anybody can do. They can go back and calculate.
So what Narahari Achar from University of Memphis and United States of America used NASA's planetarium software, and then he had calculated every major event of Mahabharata. Still, that cannot be disproved totally, because same event, same combination may occur once in 3,000 years, but still is able to corroborate with the literary evidences and proved that this is a date. His date is something like a 3,100 BCE. That is, you have to add another 2,000 years. It comes that.
Yes.
So use that, planetarium software. And then he said Krishna's departure from Dwaraka on Revati Nakshatra, September 26th, 3067 BCE. Krishna arrivals in Hastinapura on Bharani star, September 3067. War starts November 22nd, 3067 BC. Saturday, Saturn in Rohini, Jupiter in Revati. So this is a date.
Astronomical calculation.
Astronomical calculation, more or less, it has been accepted by the general people. So there's another one. There is one inscription at Aihole in Karnataka. Actually, it is a King Pulikesin. He built a temple, Jain temple. He said that I am inscribing this inscription that is dated 3735 years after Mahabharata war. And it is dated as 500, its date is 634. If you calculate this, date also comes the same, 3000. So we accept 3000 BCE or add another 2000, 5000 years ago, Mahabharata took place. But archaeologically, we are not able to touch that date.
Yeah, because maybe the stone and pottery and stuff disappear. Also, the way they use stuff at that time, they were using mostly clay things and instrument, and who knows, with the time things get destroyed. That's my assumption. But of course, we have 2000 years old monument from the Roman Empire everywhere. But there are temples which are withstanding all over the world, like in Cambodia, and we have Angkor Wat, which was Vishnu temple, and many other temples I visited also. So, for whatever reason, archaeologically, sometimes I think archaeologically speaking, they filter everything according to their own idea.
You mean the forbidden archaeology?
Yes. You met Mr. Michael Kramer, which is, he wrote those books.
Mm-hmm.
And according to what he's telling is that according to the according to the things the scientists believe, they try to, hide or filter things. But what's your opinion on that?
Well, you see, the only reason which one could think is that we have not done enough.
Of course.
Well, when I gave a PowerPoint presentation exhibition on Christ and Krishna, I just showed the public how much Jerusalem has been excavated. Israel, past 125 years, more than 500 sites have been excavated every year. 10 years ago, they discovered St. Peter's house. Whereas in India, till now, after the independence, 75, whatever, we excavated this 20 sites.
There's nothing.
Absolutely nothing. So,
but you think this was also due to the fact that the Mughal reigned in India for 400 years and the British ruled?
No, British. My God, British took care of the Indian archaeology.
They wanted to explore.
No, my God, they actually preserved all the monuments.
Okay.
But for British, we wouldn't have got so many monuments are preserved. And the way in which they collect the manuscripts, McKinsey manuscripts, we all,
those on the palm leaf.
Yeah, we are all very grateful to the British as far as archaeology is concerned. They took a lot of interest and then preserving it. So what I'm trying to say that, the problem is now, I'm not sure, Prabhu, I can talk about this because I should tell the public, it's going all over the world. We mixed in India politics and culture.
That's a problem.
This is a problem.
Yes.
For example, when the St. Peter house was discovered, it is in Israel, right? Yes. Israel government gave them only protection. They didn't bother to inquire whether it's really Peter's or not. It is left to the archaeology historian to fight. You fight yourself.
Yeah,
bring out a peer-reviewed journal and prove it belongs to Peter or not. Whereas in India, we mixed up everything. So during 2002, I think so, when S.R. Rao, archaeologist, who excavated marine archaeology in Dwarka, the capital city of Lord Krishna,
yes.
He submitted a project. He said, it's very fascinating to tell you, huge city was underneath.
Yeah.
But what I have excavated is only 5%. So kindly give me more funds. That's all he said. But what happened, the government took it as a kind of a blessing. They sent a press conference all over the world. We discovered Krishna, including New York Times. All came, Naman from France, all came. Then after 1 week, there is a rejoinder from leftist historian saying, where is Krishna? There is no Krishna. There is no inscription of Krishna. There is no evidence of Krishna. Even dating comes to only 3,200 based on TL dating. So what happened to this? When particular party came into power, they totally discarded Dwaraka. Now only somebody taking it. This is a problem in
India.
One more very interesting information which is fascinating all the viewers and listeners here. I think before Srila Prabhupada, how many Westerners joined ISKCON? I don't know. There is no ISKCON, obviously.
Yeah,
2,000 years ago, more than 1,000 Greeks became Bhagavatas. We have evidence from Besnagar inscription in Madhya Pradesh. It is still there. It is protected by Archaeological Survey of India, 15 kilometers from Gwalior, right? It is actually erected by Heliodorus, a Greek ambassador sent by another king from Takshila. Now Takshila in Pakistan occupied Kashmir. He came and then erected a monument or a pillar dedicated to Garuda. He's saying, my God is Vasudeva Krishna. I am a Bhagavata. What else do you need? Vincent Smith says that, not only Heliodorus, more than 100,000 Greeks must have become a thing. So it's a very interesting, an additional proof that, the Krishna's glory spreads 2,000 years ago. That's very interesting. I think people should go and see that place. There was in 1962, I think, so they excavated a Krishna small temple. It was not here now. I don't know. It's gone. There are several in India. It's gone. Okay, that's fine. So this is another one in Afghanistan. Afghanistan and Mahabharata, there's a lot of link.
Yes.
It's about Kandahar, Kandahari's
birthplace. Yeah.
Saguni's place, like that. So there is a excavation in Al-Kholam in Afghanistan. They found 2 coins, totally 8 coins. On both you have the figure of Lord Krishna and Balarama. That is dated to 125 BCE, before the current era. Now we don't call BC and AD, we call it.
Of course.
So these are, but unfortunately during the civil war, and there is a war between Russia and Afghanistan, many of the antiquities were plundered. So what we have is very limited. Had that excavation site has been maintained, we would have known more about Krishna's spread in Southeast Asia. That's one of the best examples. Those coins are now not in India. I don't know where, but we have the photographs available. So these are some of the very interesting, fascinating subjects. Excavation took place. And another excavation took place in Hastinapura, capital of Kauravas. Well, unfortunately, not much. Prabhu, I'm telling you again. You see, the problem in archaeology is we have to excavate the site more than 8 times. And many sites are disturbed in India, unlike Greek or even British.
Disturbed by what?
Disturbed by the
people.
No, further continuous occupation in India. Nowhere in the world.
Yeah. People migrate, change.
Nowhere in the world except in India. Of course, I can add Pakistan also, it's part of India.
Sure.
People have been living continuously for more than 4,000 years. We have archaeological evidences. A lot of disturbance. There's a place called Kanchipuram. I don't heard of it. Of course,
Kanchipuram is famous.
There are more than 100 temples up there. When we did excavation, we found, there is a difference between the Kamakshi temple and the excavated site is 15 feet. That means the debris of every generation. Father builds the house, after his demise, son builds the house, so it's going.
It goes up.
And there is no, in a Greek civilization, or in Pompeii, they used to get a lot of hoards of gold coins. In India, you don't get, because there is no flood. People used to carry the gold with them. They will give it to the daughter-in-laws.
Correct.
So there very hardly will get it. So it's a continuous occupation affects the cultural sequence of culture of India. So that's the reason why we are not able to get more in Mahabharata. That's all I feel. Nice. So I think we should, there are more than 200 sites, I tell you. Choose at least 40 sites. Excavate continuously for more than 8 times. We'll get.
Naturally, we'll get. I learned that there was Nalanda University in Bihar, where people from all over the world used to come. There are 900,000 manuscripts, and people used to come, history, and geography and poetry and mathematics. It's one of the largest universities in the world.
Yes.
And as you know, there was a Silk Route, which people used to travel from everywhere. So India was the center of knowledge.
Exactly.
For all the different science. So anybody who wanted to learn something, they used to come to India. Is it correct?
Yes, 100% correct. And we have in Kashmir, there's one Sarda Peeth. Sarda is another name of Saraswati. We have a huge university. Chinese pilgrims came there and studied Buddhism 2 or 3 years. They were given scholarship also by the Peeth. So it's wonderful. And in 1990, I wrote in Kashmir, the Crown of India book, there are more than 2 lakhs manuscripts were there in 1980s. After that,
There were.
there was a civil war, there's some problem.
They
It was all
took out.
burnt according to them. Well, I think Prabhu Shelat had said this,
Sure.
the Sarda Peed is located in Pakistan occupied Kashmir.
Yes.
Nearby, so many places where still have the manuscripts written in Sarda script. Sarda script is one of the oldest scripts we have, okay? So I have
Ancient than Sanskrit?
it is actually,
It's a Sanskrit.
no, Sarda is a script, you can put any language.
Oh, I see.
You can put English, you can put Urdu, you can put anything. It's a computer compatibility language,
Right.
okay? So I wrote an article in North Indian newspaper requesting Imran Khan, that time he was the prime minister,
Yes.
please allow us to come and see the place and collect at least the manuscript. It's very sincere. Still, of course, Indians cannot visit, but those who have American passport, they can visit. Some of my friends went to the side and then even meditate. They could see a lot of Islam people are meditating there.
Yes,
what he
of
said.
course. Yes.
So it's very interesting. So Sarada Lipi also has a lot of information about Mahabharata. Okay.
So another thing is that what historical and archaeological evidence support the existence of Lord Krishna, according to what your research is?
I've been telling now.
You're just telling now.
Yeah, no, but still.
But still, there is so much more to discover. That's what you say.
Definitely.
So it's up to the government to empower the archaeological people with the proper funds and people to carry out this in the next maybe 10, 20 years. We can discover so
Now,
much.
see, we have to corroborate Srimad Bhagavatam and Mahabharata with the scientist, archaeologist, biotechnologist, and nuclear physicist, all put together and work on that. I tell you something. When Krishna took over Dwaraka, already there is one kingdom was there. So they faithfully gave the whole thing to Krishna because he's a devotee of Krishna. So there is one place called Gulf of Cambay, some 250 kilometers
Yes.
from Dwaraka,
Gujarat.
Geologists discovered a hidden or a submerged city dated 12,500 years before. Maybe it's Krishna's Dwaraka, original one. Unfortunately, no research has been done for the past 40 years. This I've been telling wherever I go. I don't know why. Nobody knows why. We have to do a lot of research. We have to spend a lot of money on Mahabharata thing. Because Mahabharata is not a religious book, according to me. It's an encyclopedia of the culture and human psychology.
Wonderful to say.
Yeah, my friend is studying about Saguni, the psychology behind Saguni. Then he said, Rajan, you have a Saguni at home, Saguni in college, Saguni in office. Be careful. So I don't take it as a fun. I mean, he is able to decode Mahabharata.
Yes.
So this is many of my videos are I'm decoding Mahabharata. Filter it for the daily walk of life. How we can. Children should read Mahabharata and Krishna mainly because you cannot fool them.
They're very sincere.
Krishna is very shrewd, very, very shrewd. He knows how to handle things. Yes. So we learn so much from Lord Krishna. So whenever I come to Mayapur, I always feel that, Krishna gave me more wisdom to know about you.
Sure.
More. And sometimes reluctant. Because it's Leela.
Yeah. But we have to be open-hearted and
Sure.
surrender, because in the end, Lord Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, just surrender to me and I will deliver you. Have no fear, Sarvadharmam parityaja mamekam saranam vraja. But my point I want to say now, I will learn all this, what you say, is that can we make an application to the Mr. Modi government that we would like to empower this?
Sure.
Where should it come from, this inspirational? I mean, I think you can be an instrument in doing that because Mr. Modi is quite approachable. He come and visit many temples. We have connection, and I'm sure that if you put an application, say, we would like to meet you for 10 minutes, and you present this book and say, there's so much more we can do. Can you help us? How can you help us?
Sure.
So he will put you through a channel by which you can maybe able, because now we have funds, we have desire, we have power of the people, and we have right set of mind not to cover up anything but to explore this. In fact, Mr. Modi purchased the biggest Bhagavad Gita in the world, which we produce. We put it in Bombay, in Delhi, and now he has ordered another one, this manufacturer in Italy, and he wants to put it in Kurukshetra. So we have sent it to him. It's huge. The Bhagavad Gita is like 15 feet by 10 feet, and each page is like, but it's a real Bhagavad Gita printed, So there is a lot of we can do. Don't lose courage. That's my appeal to you.
Sure, definitely.
So let's think and then go ahead without fear for the blessing of the Lord we can reveal to the whole world. Because India can be an icon, it can be a lighthouse for the whole world. So, and we can play the role. And this is, you're playing a very important
Thank you very
role.
much, Prabhu. I think we should do that one together.
Yes.
Because, everybody knows the dedication and perseverance and sincerity of the ISKCON devotees, people like you. So, Mr. Modi will really feel happy and obliged to, I can prepare the, the report.
Yes.
You can sign it all. And
we can work together, and because in Delhi, we have one devotee who is very close contact with Mr. Modi, and then through him, we can approach him. And then if he say, yeah, please come, and then we can go and meet him and give a presentation. We present all this book and say, we can do this work. I mean, you can do this with your own team.
There's one more thing which we missed in Kurukshetra war.
Yeah.
This is a very peculiar war, which was recorded all the 18 days, which never happened in Roman history.
Yes.
It was recorded only in the Second World War, of course, to some extent. In Kurukshetra, I studied Kurukshetra war meticulously and put it in the computer graphics, and I found that 7th day, 14th day, and 16th day, it tallies well. So it is not a cock and bull story.
No.
It is exactly, it starts from 6 o'clock, ends by 6 in the evening. Where Saline is standing, which portion, where is Arjuna, and where is Bhima, all put together. I mean, it tallies so much.
Position.
And the question is, why should the author of Mahabharata, Vyasa, took a strain of writing 18 days war, which has never happened? It really happened.
Yeah, it really happened.
And also, you see the way in which the formation of the army and the way in which they use missiles, all it has a the uniformity. I don't see any kind of imagination.
No, yeah, of course.
We tested it so many places, but we have not got single artifact belong to Kurukshetra war till now.
Yeah.
Okay, the problem is archaeology goes up to 3,000 years. 5,000 touch, still we have not got it. Now we are using TL dating. Apart from carbon dating, thermoluminescence dating, we have a satellite image, everything. The only thing, Prabhu, as you said rightly, we have to pick up some at least 10 or 15 pertinent important sites and excavate continuously for 8 times or 10 times. You will get it.
Yeah, of course.
With Krishna's blessing, let's go.
I found that, for example, in Mahendra is a place, I think was near Kurukshetra. They found a skeleton, and they found the all sand was turned into glass because of this nuclear. During the Mahabharata, they used these astras, which are thrown with mantra, which are equal to nuclear things. And so the whole earth was burned and turned into sand. So now they start to discover many things. Also, I want to tell you that there are these modern tools. For example, when we went to Cambodia, we find out that they discovered a new temple of Lord Buddha. It's called Borobudur. Who was one hill, and on top there was one chakra. So these people start to remove a little bit, and they saw this. So it's a big, huge campus, with this big Buddhist temple. And now they have thermal images by which they can penetrate, modern technology. Apart from excavation physical, first we can go and find out what is the print, what is there 100 feet down the earth, which is this, radar images. I don't know, this technology. So there is so much advancement which can bring forth good results.
Yeah, but the mindset of the scientists in India should change.
Yes.
You don't agree. Some 40 years ago, I went for Ananda Vigadan weekly magazine to Kurukshetra. I used Giger Mulla counter and check. I actually, I was with me one Agarwal, doctor, it's a scientist from Atomic Energy, Delhi. We went, visited archaeological sites associated with Mahabharata, checked the Giger Mulla, found several places the pulse is heavy.
Of course.
But that doesn't mean there was a nuclear war. So, see, so in my second edition, I removed that portion because
I'm not sure.
Because my classmates and colleagues said, "Look, what nonsense you are talking about? Nuclear war in Mahabharata? There's no evidence. No, don't talk." And people will brand you as a kind of something different.
Yeah.
So I removed it because I think we can continue that research, and find out whether nuclear wars really took place. Till now, we have no evidence. But as you said very correctly, the description of Astras, Brahmastra, for example,
Brahmastra,
it has an equal impact as a nuclear. Yeah. Of course, Oppenheimer used Bhagavad Gita verse, that, very, very famous one.
Yes.
So the father of the nuclear thing.
So compared to archaeological investigation into the history of Jesus Christ, and very few sites are associated with Mahabharata or Lord Krishna have been excavated. So this, what you explained, that's why the system is so slow, because there is no proper vision, there is no proper desire to even find. Do you have any evidence of Westerners becoming devotee of Lord Krishna before emergence and before coming of ISKCON? There was some sages went there. Vivekananda went there, and he gave a speech.
But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, when he went earlier?
He didn't go himself, but he sent some people.
Oh, yes. He didn't go. Right?
He didn't go himself personally, but he sent some of his disciples to London and to America.
Sure.
But they all come back and say, these people that he met either, we cannot tell them anything.
Oh, yes,
so they were discouraged.
Sure, yes. Now, as I told you, the Besnagar inscription 2,000 years ago, thousands of Greeks became Bhagavatas. And there is another inscription in Madan Mohan temple in Vrindavan.
Vrindavan, yeah.
There is one that is missing, that was discovered by one Dr. Punacha of Archaeological Survey of India. It says that, this is a place where I am given for Bhagavata Pravachanam, discourse, 2,000 years old. That means the past 2,000 years, people have been preaching Srimad Bhagavatam continuously, Ramayanam and Mahabharata. So these are the evidences should be collected. And then, there are some inscriptional evidence. And also I've done a research on Radharani. There are some school of thought says that Radha name is imaginary after the Jayadeva's Ashtapati. Before that, there was no Radha. Now it has been disproved.
There is a palace of Radharani.
Talking about 7th century inscription.
Oh, okay.
It gives the name of Radha. And 2nd century inscription talks about Radharani. So we have evidence to prove that Radha is as old as Krishna. So
yes,
further research to be done on that one. So altogether, I feel that, a group of people should join together and work on Mahabharata sites.
Sure.
Search of Krishna.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another way of spiritual journey.
Awakening.
Yeah, awakening and
Trying
journey.
to awaken people to Krishna.
And then when we chant 16 round and Krishna give me the clue where you are, we can do that. What's wrong with that? Now, I'm told by my friend who was worked in Jerusalem, it's very interesting. Before excavation starts in the morning, in Jerusalem or elsewhere, the excavators pray, Jesus, give me a clue.
To understand.
Yeah, but here it never happens. Here, most of the archaeologists, sometimes they are I call them agnostics. They don't explicitly tell, people will say something differently, whatever. Anyway, that's the point of it. Well, I think we have to think one thing also, that, even during the time of Srila Prabhupada, archaeology did not come to such an extent. He didn't know.
Yeah.
So many things happened.
Yeah.
Now the scenario has changed.
Yes.
There is an evidence to prove that Mahabharata really existed, events, and also Lord Krishna.
Of course.
So the only thing we have to do is we have to do further research. Funding is not a problem. I think a lot of people are having funds now.
Yes. In India, I think the GDP is growing and the people is becoming the third nation in the world, the richest nation. So money should not be a problem.
So kindly, the ball is in on your coach saying that you can also prepare a letter and send it to.
If you prepare a letter, then I will forward to this devotee who is very close in connection with the government.
Sure.
And then we can see if we get an invitation, or we can get an approval, or we can get an interview. Maybe if not directly with Modi, he will say, okay, Modi will say, okay, contact this person.
Sure,
we have a research institute for this, and then he will support us because we are being sent by somebody who wants us to do this work.
When I took my friend in Parthasarathi temple in Chennai,
yes,
the oldest temple we have, 2000 years old, it's actually what you call the Panchavira, 5 heroes, heroes of Krishna. It's a very old one. And I was discussing, he himself calling as a Parthasarathi. He's a charioteer of Partha. Which god will say that?
Yeah, I'm the
Krishna
servant.
is such a, egoless god.
Yes.
Absolute zero ego.
Yes.
So we have to learn a lot of time, whenever, when, what's the name of the guy who's cursed him? Shishupala.
Shishupala, yeah.
Krishna warned him, look, wait, I'm supposed to kill you after the 100th one. Make it slow. Then he made another alternative, which is there in the original one. Whenever Shishupala talks ill of Krishna, his finger never rises. Krishna said, I don't care. Even if you curse me, it's not going to affect me. But when he started accusing of Bhishma and Arjuna, that means Krishna will not tolerate the devotees.
The devotee are being accused. Yes.
That exactly Prabhupada's view also. He's very particular that devotees should not be insulted.
Of course. Because Krishna, during the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the Bhishma said, okay, I'm going to kill, either I'm going to kill Arjuna or I make Krishna break his promise. Yes. And Krishna did break his promise because he wanted to protect Arjuna. Yes. And so that's beautiful. I think that everybody who is in contact with Krishna can feel like something changing in the heart. Especially when in this Kali Yuga we changed the only name of the Maha Mantra, as you know, then we can feel his presence, we can feel his guidance, we can feel his protection. And of course, as you said, all of us have different karma. You are an astrologer, I am this, you are that. We're all doing different services to humanity. And we have to do that because that's our nature. So, but if we do that under the umbrella of Krishna, then he will give us always guidance, protection, and beautiful. In the end of the Bhagavad Gita said, wherever there's Krishna Arjuna, there will be victory, knowledge, power, resourcefulness. So many beautiful things will happen. So,
actually, we studied the last day of Lord Krishna on the earth. My God, my friends used to say, let's die like that. Because he doesn't even have time to remove that arrow pierced by Jara, no?
Yes.
He was so busy calling him, do this one, and also tell, what do you call the food which he has given, what's his name? It's so tasty for me, He was so, he didn't feel, then he said, okay, let me go. Okay, my time has come, let me go, And we really, whenever we read that, we just prepared some catalog of his last day of Lord Krishna. Whenever we see, oh my God, we should do like that, we should not scared of death. Okay, I finished everything. Okay, Yama, okay, come, let's go. So Krishna gives such an inspiration of that one.
So tell us what you write in this book. Why shall we die?
Oh my God!
Tell us something, because I haven't read this yet.
Why should we die? It's a Nachiketa. Was a Katha Upanishad, the first one to inquire about death. He went into Yama and then. So also David Singler of Harvard University. He is now giving a lot of hope that we can extend our life. So it's a combination of ancient immortality and modern medicine. It's all mixed together. This book gives all the guidance. And I am also giving the catalog of the people who are working on immortality and life extension. So this book is dedicated to Nachiketa and David Singler of Harvard School. So this is a new approach, but I have not concluded anything because in the end also I just quoted Woody Allen, a very famous Hollywood actor. He said that writing a book on immortality is no good. You should know how to live longer. But I told it's not possible. Somebody in future may work on that.
But you see, the point is that we are eternal being. It's natural for us to think we're not going to die because we're eternal. So life after life, we're just changing our body. That's all. That's what the beauty of Lord Krishna explained in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. He's telling, okay, you think you're going to kill these people, your uncle, your this, that. No. Everybody's going to die because the soul is eternal. No one can burn it, no one can dry it, no one can cut it, no one can do anything. We are part and parcel of that supreme power, Krishna. So, a person who is wise can accept that for a limited amount of time I will be in this planet performing my activity according to the law of the Lord. And if I'm satisfied and I find my own balance, I can live a very happy life.
Yeah.
And then when is the moment to leave this planet, we can remember Lord Krishna, and then our soul can be transferred directly into the spiritual world. That's the beauty of Krishna consciousness, is that we can actually become free from the fear of death. So that's very, very important.
That's very, very important.
Very important.
Very important. I think this is my pertinent point which you have given now. People are really scared of death nowadays.
Yes.
And thanks to social media.
Of course.
So many things, So
the war, the bomb, the virus, accidents, operations, so many things.
Because after seeing many videos when I was coming by flight, I'm also scared what is going to happen. So this is something you are very much right. Lord Krishna can remove that kind of death fear.
So we can live a very happy life. That's wonderful. So, but how you see your future now, from today into the next 10 years or 20 years in your work you're doing, in your service? You're trying to enlighten people about the Supreme Lord.
Yeah, sure. Now, my immediate thing is Kashmir, because, but for Kashmir, Bharat would not be there.
Of course.
So it's a very powerful place. Sanskrit, the primary language, and it's a place where it's attracted by so many people. So I'm working on the Kashmir. But
have you been in Kashmir?
Yeah, so many.
Beautiful, huh? Beautiful.
And my research in Mahabharata will continue. I'm working on certain sites in South India where the Krishna, impact is felt. So probably I want to, because in the Sangam literature in Tamil, there's a reference to Balarama also. So find out the antiquity of Krishna. So as an archaeologist, I feel that I should bring the date of 5,000 years through archaeology.
That's true.
So we call it a spiritual archaeology.
Of course.
So we try to find out. Same time, we are very careful that not to give false information to anybody.
Of course.
So we should be very careful. We
Very
are using
truthful.
all the scientific tools, technology. We seek the help of the scientist. We are very humble. We never say that, oh, it's all done. We are very careful about it. So my future, exactly, I try to do more research on Krishna. I think I will do it. Probably I'm going to bring out the second volume of Krishna based on latest research. That's all my doing.
That's nice. And tell me, all these books that you wrote, these are all available on Amazon?
It's over. I'm redoing it again. Within 2 or 3 months, you will get all of them.
Okay, that's very important. Okay, Mr. Rajan, if somebody want to contact you, where they can reach you? You have, of course, you have a phone, but you have a website, or you have a...
Yeah, I have my Indian Science Monitor as a website, and it has
this one, Indian Science Monitor, and there's a website according to this?
And also I have an office in Chennai.
You have an office in Chennai.
So the Chennai number will be there.
Okay.
They can always contact me, my Indian Science Monitor, the website, and my phone number. Do you want me to tell my phone
Sure,
number?
you can tell.
My number is that kindly contact me anytime, 9361 708521. Let me repeat, 9361 708521. My name is T.K.V. Rajan. And if you want to know more about me, you can type my name and T.K.V. Rajan, archaeologist, in Google search engine. You may get all the details of what I have done research like that. And I'll be very grateful if you contact me with more information. I'll be very happy to receive the information, because what I did now is only 15%, not even 15%.
I came across a few years ago, Mr. Rajan, about one Mr. Gupta, who did the research all over the world, saying that how the culture of Sanatana Dharma was present all over the world. For example, he went and checked in South America the food, how they eat, the Maya and the Aztec. These were all part of the Vedic culture, according to him. The presence of Vedic culture all over the world, with the words, with the Sanskrit things, with the calculation of the planet, many things. So, and mystical experience and stuff. So he went and wrote this book many, many years ago, I think in 1960, on Mr. Gupta. And he wrote the presence of Vedic culture all over the world. So very interesting book.
In Mexico, I think the culture is something very close to India.
Yes.
Even the movies, Mexican movies, something like Indian movies. No?
Yeah.
The food habits are same.
Same.
But again, we have to do research. Now we see the point now, the younger generation, they need evidences.
Of course.
They need evidence. Without evidence, they will not accept. They need authentic information without any bias.
That's true.
That's why I'm very reluctant to talk about the nuclear war in Kurukshetra war. There is no evidence for me. What I have done is some 25 years ago by using an instrument, showing that the pulses are increasing. That's not enough.
That's not.
I do a lot of research. So I'm very careful not to endorse with this kind of things. Immediately people will brand differently.
Of course. But there is any autonomous body doing research work on this same field? No, or there is.
No.
There is only how many people of you are there who are doing this archaeological research
on Mahabharata or generally?
Yeah, in general, in India.
Generally, a lot of people.
Lots of
more
people.
than 1,000 or something.
And they're researching what?
But so many. For example, if you go to the Bengal, they work on Sena dynasty. Tamil means Sangam literature. But talking about Mahabharata, I think very few.
Very few.
That's the reason.
I learned, for example, that in this South Indian temple in Kerala, where they opened the door, they went inside, there is so much gold, and they found so much gold coin with the Roman inscript. That means the Roman donated, vases. There is one cow full of solid gold. There's so much gold. Now, if you go and visit the temple, it's Tiruvannamalai, I think. There is a policeman from the government with the Dodi and Tilak with a machine gun, because they don't want anybody to. Originally, when they find that, the king used to take care of the temple, but then they're afraid that people will exploit and steal the money. So they close the door again. And there are a few other doors which no one can open, they say. Whoever tried die. So there is so much evidence of the relationship with the different part of the world and the contribution of India as the culture and in all the different phases of life. So that's very interesting. So, Mr. Rajan, you would like to give a message for this audience, because we are coming almost to the end of our podcast. So would you like to explain something? Maybe I did not ask you some question. Would you like to say something?
No, I think you have completed very nicely, and it's not an issue at all. But my thing is that, I like to quote Will Durant, American philosopher, historian. He said, the present is the past, rolled up for action. Past is the present, unrolled for understanding. It's very difficult to understand. Let me repeat again.
Yes.
Present is the past, rolled up for action. Past is the present, unrolled for understanding.
Explain to us.
So the idea is that, more you study the past,
more you learn.
And more you are successful. Because human psyche and psychology never change for the past 5,000 years.
That's true.
As I told you, still you can see Duryodhana, you can see Arjuna, you can see
all these different
personalities still living. So the past gives a lot of guidance. So Mahabharata, I'm very keen that Not only Indian children all over the world, they should learn, they should read Mahabharata and decode them. Luckily, we have a books now in English translation, very good translation.
Yes.
So the original one. In America, we have a Clay, I think, a wonderful translation. So Shelton Pollock, University of Chicago, wrote a book article called "From Today, the Sanskrit is Dead in Kashmir." That wonderful book. And then after reading that, I started crying. What has happened to the culture of Kashmir? They're so gone. So people, scholars all over the world are studying the Indian culture in a different perspective.
Sure.
It is not a merely giving discourse.
No.
Decoding them.
Yes.
So my humble request to those who are listening to this, try to decode our ancient past and bring the new vista to the future.
I think everybody can take something from this.
Sure.
It's like a big cake.
Definitely.
You eat it from top and left and right.
Definitely. Yes,
Everybody can take something from their own perspective and enrich their life. That is very important. And awaken to understand who we really are and where we're going and what are we doing.
But I feel Krishna's grace is on me because I never expected I'm going to be here. Though I know for 40 years I never expected. It's all the grace of Krishna.
Of course.
When we perform anything detached. So I think he comes and help us. Good.
I think when we have a desire, I always say that our desire is our compass in our life. Whatever we desire, Krishna will provide. Okay, you want to enjoy material life. Okay, you want to become Brahma. Okay, whether you want to become demigod, you want to become rich man, whatever we want. Krishna is like Father. Okay, we want to play. But when we are determined that we want to please you, Krishna, we want to come back to you, Krishna, because we don't belong in this material world. This material world is like a prison house. Maybe somebody has golden bar, somebody has silver bar and diamond, but still they are in prison. We are all in prison. So when the soul comes to the point of understanding that maybe there is eternal life with the Lord, who is our Father, so we can go there and we can enjoy. So, and whatever we desire, it make it happen. It's a magic thing. So by our sincere desire to understand Him, to present Him properly to the people who can awaken themselves and realize who they really are. And that is our mission of our founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, is that go back home, back to God. Because, we are not qualified to go back to God. But by the blessing of Krishna, maybe He will take us. Because our sincere desire is to preach Krishna consciousness or inspire people to become awakened to new reality with the real truth. So in that way, we are very thankful to you for doing this amazing work, which I really don't know where to start to excavate or to play around this, but you have studied this and you became a wonderful tools in the hand of Lord Krishna. So I'd like to thank you very much, Mr. Rajan.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. And it's a really privilege to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Thanks.